What's up, guys? It's Raye and Huy. We are back. Finally, I had to be broken free from the trenches, but your girl is here, live and in color.
She's still here, here, here.
Period. Um, so yeah. If you see me looking over here, it's because Huy is on my iPad and stuff like that, and
And if you
I'm
see me looking to the left, it's because she's over here. So
right. So, I know you guys see me. Yes, I'm laid up in my bed or whatever because I'm still recovering. Um, yeah, I'm still recovering, but I'm good. I'm still here. I'm glad to be here. Happy to see you guys. And yes, I'm bald headed. Okay, I'm bald.
she did the full Britney girl. Oh, child.
It's not like I did the
She
full
bald.
Britney. It's not that I did the full
At
Britney.
least it wasn't like it, Britney in that she shaved her head, not Britney in that she had a whole mental breakdown. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but I am happy that I did go ahead and do this whole transformation and whatever, whatever. I'm proud of myself because I would have been out here looking like Patrick Pirate. Let's just be clear. I would have been out here looking crazy. And y'all would have been like, why she got her head like that? So I'd rather much be bald headed than on here looking like Patrick Pirate. But anyway, me and Eugen watched what's the name of the movie?
Atlas.
I was finna say Alexa. All of them got the same name. But we watched Atlas. What was it, yesterday?
Day before yesterday, but still, who's
Day before
counting?
yesterday.
Um,
Y'all,
y'all.
we
Let
only
me give you a
really wanted,
brief rundown.
yeah, let her get the
Yeah.
brief overview.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm looking at the Wikipedia. Okay, don't judge me.
Mm-hmm.
So it says Atlas is a 2024 American science fiction action film starring Jennifer
Mm-hmm.
Lopez as a highly skilled counterterrorism analyst who harbors a
Mm-hmm.
profound skepticism towards artificial intelligence and who comes to realize that it may be her sole recourse following the failure of a mission aimed at apprehending a rogue robot.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the film is also starring our boy Simu Liu and of
Period.
course award-winning Sterling K. Brown. Okay, hello for the people. And I believe she's supposed J Lo is supposed to be an executive producer on this thing. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it says she's a producer
She
on
said
here.
she's a producer on there,
So,
yeah.
and it's a show. It's a movie on Netflix. Um, what was the runtime on this thing? Let me see if it says runtime. 120 minutes. So it's like call it like a cool hour 30.
Hour 30, yeah.
Yeah. So let's get into it because we had a lot of things to say. We got a lot of things to say about this movie. First off, was it enjoyable? Yes, to some degree, to some level. Okay. Two, was the writing good? Yes, it's a good story. I love the story. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I love the story.
Yeah.
Sci-fi stuff, sci-fi action, my bread and butter. I love that stuff, bro. Give me Star Wars. Give me all of that stuff. Give me what's the one with Jet Li? The One.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
I think that's on Pluto TV, by the way. I was gonna
I
watch
think so
it.
too. Top
We
tier.
could watch it
Okay.
today.
Um, what else is like fits in that science fiction action type stuff?
Alien,
I'm trying to think of some other films that are in that same kind of like wheelhouse,
kind of,
you
sort of.
know?
Or like Terminator or something like that.
Yeah,
Different
thank you.
movies like
Terminator.
that.
Terminator, the one iRobot,
Yeah,
Minority Report, those are
iRobot.
all like
Yeah.
sci-fi action. Minority Report was really good
Yeah.
though. But anyway,
Yeah.
so we saw it on Netflix, watched it from beginning
Mm-hmm.
to end. Um And basically, it starts off this the story. I'm gonna give you a rundown, a general rundown of the thing. I'm gonna try and be as vague as
Brief as
possible
possible.
without trying to give
Mm-hmm.
spoilers, but ultimately we're probably going to end up in spoiler territory at some point given some of our criticisms.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not here for the spoilers, probably try to
Sign out.
back up, turn around, go reverse, watch the movie first and then come back. Or if you don't care about
Yeah.
spoilers, then feel free to keep watching because,
I think
that's
I
just
could
how
kind
it
of give
is.
it a brief breakdown without spoiling it.
you
Okay,
know,
so like it follows. She's basically J Lo is she plays Atlas. Okay, that should already be a
the
given,
titular character.
right? She's
Mm-hmm.
a she's supposed to be a super genius analyst,
Right.
right? And she's brought into a situation to where people need her help, right?
Right.
And
Because
the story. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
because
ahead.
you basically, as you can see from the trailers, you basically
Right.
have a self-aware AI robot, which is very
Mm-hmm.
much kind of similar to like Terminator or like iRobot, where you have a AI intelligence that has gained self-awareness, played
Yeah.
by Simu Liu, right? This character of
Right.
Harlan, the AI,
Right.
right? The AI bot. And she's brought in because he's done some things, some bad, terrible things. He's killed some people and she's brought in to help apprehend him, basically is the gist of it.
Mm-hmm.
um and there are reasons why she's like the expert on this character. That's part of the story. It's kind of spoilery, but she's basically an expert
Right.
to help them get him. Then you have Sterling K. Brown, who plays Elias Banks, Captain Elias Banks, I believe, right? Military
Commander.
guy. Commander. Okay, he's a commander. Okay. So he's basically a military guy, whatever. And he's basically over this whole operation, kind of. There's a guy above him, played by Mark Strong, but
Mm-hmm.
he's basically over the immediate operations and the stuff within that, right?
Right.
And basically it's kind of like trying to outsmart this AI bot and trying to make sure that you're a step ahead, like a game of chess, right? And ultimately, where that leads is where that leads at the end of the story. So,
Right.
the premise is really interesting because it is very like Terminator esque in that you have like an AI bot, that a killer AI bot, self
Yeah.
aware bot,
Yeah.
um, is very iRobot similar because of that
Mm-hmm.
whole aspect of it. It's a humanoid bot and whatever.
Right.
And not just like, and it's more in an individual sense, like iRobot or like Detroit Become Human, the game, the video game, where it's like an individual bot that has gained self awareness, kind of thing. Whereas Terminator is a little bit more like an entire system that has gained self awareness
Mm-hmm.
and is like has like all these different little bots that it controls. Right.
Right.
This is slightly different from that premise, but again, like I said, and it has to do with like interplanetary travel as well. So that's kind of like a thing there too. Super
Mm-hmm.
like super high tech. Um,
Right.
holograms, all that kind of stuff. AI, assist bots and that kind of stuff. I guess you want to get into it, right?
Oh yeah. Because okay, so we're gonna talk about Act One, right? Act One, you know, usually you'll see like this is where they basically show you the overall characteristics and development in whatever of a character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we're
Setting the
following
scene, so to
Atlas,
speak.
right, setting the scene, all that. So we kind of get a glimpse. I wouldn't even say a glimpse. We got to get a peek of who Atlas is in the beginning. And I'm going to say that it wasn't really executed the way that I hoped. Um, because yes, we get the sense that she's a genius in the first couple seconds of the movie, right?
Right.
But I think it wasn't. I think it was written the right way. It just wasn't told the right way because of
From
who
like a
was doing
visual
because of who was doing the
standpoint.
acting. No, because who was
Oh.
doing the acting.
Oh, okay, okay.
And like me and Hugin both agreed that the right person to get to do something like this, in our eyes anyway, if you wanted to keep it Latino woman, or someone in the pool.
Because I mean, clearly the character is written as female, but um, like if you wanted to do it justice, Zoe Saldana. We
Me
both
and her
agreed.
both agreed. We both agreed that Zoe Saldana
Zoe
would
Saldana would
have
have done a
executed.
much better job
Yeah.
with the characterization and the acting. Not to
Mm-hmm.
say that oh, Jalen's a terrible actor. We're not saying that at all. She has her wheelhouse, the things that she excels at,
Mm-hmm.
which
Mm-hmm.
in our discussion, our post watch discussion, me and Ray both agreed that her wheelhouse is romance comedy, and
And
drama.
drama. And
And
like
this
drama
is not
suspense.
that.
Yeah.
And we feel like she needs to stick to her lane, stick to
Yeah.
what you're good at, because then you end up with like this smear on your uh in your filmography essentially, where it's
Yeah,
like, okay, yeah,
yeah.
this was terrible, you know,
Mm-hmm.
or this wasn't as great as it could have been. Um,
Mm-hmm.
or even an unknown probably could have did this better.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
because that was also part of our discussion where like I was going off because I was like feeling very passionate about it because you got Jenny from the
She
block,
was.
right? I'm gonna get into it because you got Jenny from the block. She's an executive producer on this film, right? She could have had if she's really for the block, right? You feel me? If she
Not
really
really
Jenny
for the
from the block,
block.
she could have been from the block and had somebody, you know,
Have somebody else do
for
it.
example, who's also Puerto Rican, of Puerto Rican descent, Boricua, right?
Right.
Audition for the film and play the character, but she decided she wanted to do the role. Mind you, the character's supposed to be based on what I see here, right? She's supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
around like 39 years old, right? J Lo is well in her 40s, okay?
I mean, to be
Like
honest,
you could have gotten somebody else.
but to be honest,
Not saying that she's
she doesn't.
old. She don't look old. She look good for her age. I'm say that, you know, because
Right,
it's
but
you know.
I think the thing is though, she could have still done the movie, but you have to embody the character. If you know that you can't execute the character and people around you is just being yes man and being like, "Oh yeah, 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 girl, you got it."
I
And you
mean,
know you don't
not
got
everybody was being
it.
yes man because y'all seen the
Oh
shade that
man, cuz that's
Sterling
why.
was doling out during these
But
interviews, bro.
Hugen, like I was telling you, you remember when I was watching it because you weren't really paying attention. I said, "Oh, I see why Sterling was throwing that shade in those
No, I was
interviews."
paying attention to it because I was watching it and thinking to myself, I'm like, yo, some of her lines, the delivery is like so just
It's
flat and
flat,
bland. Cause it's like,
so flat.
I'm probably going to be venturing a little bit into spoiler territory a little bit here, but the character is very stoic, right? Based on how she's written, how she interacts with people, and that kind of thing, right? There's a way to play stoicism without being flat. You feel me?
Right,
Stoic
right.
doesn't mean emotional, right? Stoic means you just like, for the most part, you're just playing it straight. You're not playing it flat. You feel me?
Right. Right.
You're gonna have emotions. You're just trying to hide that emotion behind a certain facade. You're trying to be Mrs. Tough
Mhm.
Guy, Mr. or Mrs. Tough Guy, basically, right?
Right.
I'm toughing it out. I'm feeling all these stuff under the surface, but I wasn't getting the under the surface part. I was just getting flat, like she was
It was
reading off
really
of a book.
flat. It was that.
Like it
Yeah.
was almost as if she was the AI.
Yo.
Like she was no real talk, bro. When you really think about it, she was kind of like she was an AI assistant. Like she was Siri, just talking straight flat, no emotion at all.
But I don't
You
want
feel
to
me?
dig too much into her and her not giving what we were expecting her to give. Because, to be honest, like we stated before, her wheelhouse is rom coms, romantic films, dramas, suspense dramas. That's her wheelhouse. And I don't think she really understood how much or how deep she had to really get into this character. I think she
Right.
only looked at the surface and didn't just dip into the earth's crust for a bit. Cause there were
Mm-hmm.
some moments where we needed her to channel certain emotions, and that's why I'm not trying to give it away because I want people to watch it. But there are some moments where we wanted her to channel certain emotions, and she just didn't hit it, or it just wasn't selling that emotion that she was trying to sell, and it
Right.
just fell flat in some parts. And I wanted her to do better because, first of all, I like J Lo the actress because she does a really great job. And
Yes. And
gonna
the stuff that's in her wheelhouse, you know?
this is kind
Like
of gonna
Made in
get
Manhattan?
people to
Made in Manhattan, bro.
movie
Classic.
Monster in
Classic
Law.
movie. Love that movie down.
Like all of the
Her
romantic
portrayal of
films,
Selena. Like
she did that.
anything for Selena's, okay?
Everything for Selena's.
Like
But
she
everything
has a
that
whole
she's
list of stuff that she did a really good job in. So
right.
I'm not saying, again, mind you,
She
I'm not saying
can't
that she's
do
a
it.
terrible actress, that she
Right.
can't do it. I'm just saying that
We just didn't
it was
believe her.
lacking,
Yeah.
and we didn't believe the emotions that she was portraying on screen. And
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like a disappointment because it's like, girl, we know what you can do. We've
Mm-hmm.
seen your filmography. We know
We
that you
just
can do
saying,
the emotion part. Why did not why didn't it hit
why
here?
didn't it
You know?
give? Right. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say this into the mic because if J Lo's watching this, yes, this is a critique. Yes, we believe in you, but we feel that you could have went harder. We don't feel like you gave your all. You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
don't feel like you gave your all because you're a great actress. Like, and if you really wanted to, you could. I just didn't believe you. Hugen just didn't believe you. You weren't selling it.
And that's because like me, you know me when I watch a movie, I'm not usually like really in depth analyzing while I'm watching, but even I was like, you know,
Like the acting fell through so bad that I fell asleep at one point for like 5 minutes. I promise you, y'all can ask
she
Hugen.
legit fell asleep on me. And I was like,
I
Ray, you
literally
alright?
fell asleep. I literally fell asleep.
And now,
I was
and the
gone.
funny part is when she fell asleep, it was like kind of like a kind of actiony portion of the movie where you're supposed to be awake for because it's like exposition or giving some information and stuff, and then it's leading into the more actiony part. And
I
she
missed
was
it.
just knocked. She was yeah, she
I
was out
missed it.
like a light.
I was gone, y'all. I
And
was knocked out.
that's how you when Ray falls asleep. That's how you know that the movie is dragging or has been dragging for a bit,
Yeah.
and it's not exciting.
I will
One of
say it
my
was dragging.
criticisms
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
in
sorry.
regards to that is that they did a lot of exposition, explaining and not showing.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly why it drug. For
And
the
that's
both
why
of
it
us,
drug and
that's
that's
why
why
we
Ray
felt
fell
like
asleep.
it. Yeah, it drug for quite some time, and I'm just like, move along. I need you to move because if you don't move, you're going to lose me. You know, in the first couple seconds, I can tell whether a movie is good or not. And I didn't want to see that movie because my fear was that it wasn't going to be good. And that's the reality. I didn't want to sit
Right,
down and watch something and boom, it's a terrible movie. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So, yeah, for me, I was just like, I don't want to say it was a complete waste of my time, but it was kind of a complete waste of my time if you was gonna give me that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right,
my little cousins can put a movie together and I could be intrigued and won't fall asleep because it's a story, and
right.
you know they dramatic kids.
Because and that's the thing. Like what I was saying was like the writing was good. The problem
Yeah,
is that it drug out too much, and we don't know what happened behind the scenes. We don't know what the OG script looked like because maybe the OG script has something different. And
yeah,
not to criticize, but we've heard that allegedly certain people can be a little much. You know,
problematic.
you never know that maybe somebody asked for more screen time and then that resulted in what we got with where some parts was like very exposition heavy, you know, and not and more so telling us this is what happened rather than showing us this is what happened. You feel me?
Or that other people weren't allowed more screen time. Because here's my theory about this whole movie. I'm going to throw this in here. I feel like because of who they got to be on camera, the main character, some of those scenes that were important, the information that we needed was cut down. Because I feel like, in my honest opinion, I feel like certain other parties needed to have a little bit more umph in the storyline.
Right.
Because I wanted to know about those other characters. We just have sideline characters. You briefly get to know them, and then
Oh.
it's done. You know what I'm saying?
He said
That's the
sideline
part.
characters, and my brain immediately went to my boy, Oscar award winning, Golden
Mm-hmm.
Globe award winning,
Mm-hmm.
Sterling K. Brown,
Mm-hmm.
underutilized in the story. Okay, you
Mm-hmm.
have this phenomenal actor,
Yep.
and he's underutilized.
Mm-hmm.
He acted down with those scenes that he had in the movie,
Mm-hmm.
but you basically had a character. Okay, I'm. This is gonna be a spoiler because I'm pissed about this. You basically had him in the movie for maybe for a couple scenes, and then boom,
Mm-hmm.
he's the cannon fodder to get the character of Atlas to where she needs to go, right?
Yep.
And we get nothing about this character other than he's a commander, he's a military dude, da 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 da, and
Mm-hmm.
he objects to Atlas being on this mission in the first place, right?
Yep.
At least
Yep.
initially, anyway. And then all,
Mm-hmm.
and here's the crazy part too. He suddenly changes his mind out of nowhere, like not completely out of nowhere, but it's just like you were so adamant at the very beginning about not wanting her anywhere near
Bro.
this mission. Then,
Bro.
because she attained the information, whatever relevant information, now you change your mind on a dime.
Mm-hmm. See?
Which I mean, I get is okay, might be realistic, but to me, the way he was talking in the beginning, I wouldn't have been. I personally wouldn't have thought that he would have went that way and just suddenly changed his mind so immediately like that.
Mm-hmm.
He would have probably still been opposed and would have had to be ordered by his
Too.
superior.
Yep.
Hey, yo,
Yep.
you just got you
Yep.
have no hands in this. You ain't got no control. I'm above you. You better let this girl on your mission. And if
I
you don't
said what
like
I
it, tough
said.
cookies. Cause that's how it works in this type of stuff. You feel me?
And that's why I say something happened, whether it was behind the scenes, whatever. Something happened in the process of um possibly them finding out that she was gonna be the main character. Because I'm pretty sure
Mm-hmm.
they had other people. She may very well have just been the producer on the film. And then she may have seen other women coming in and auditioning and whatever, whatever. And it's just like, oh, give it to me.
Right. Because it probably was looking for a specific look for the character. And then she was like, you know what, let me have at it. Right? And you know when people are in positions of power, sometimes they tend to abuse that power, that level of authority or position, and in order to do whatever it is that they want to do. Again, not saying that
Yeah.
this is what happened. I'm
Yeah.
saying this is a theory.
Mm-hmm.
Can a theory be disproven? Yes, a theory can be disproven. This isn't fact. This is an opinion, okay? And honestly, I feel like it could have been so it was good in and of itself what we got, but it could have been so much better. It had
Yeah.
a lot more potential than what we were given. Um
Mm-hmm.
and to add on to the point about this character and the portrayal of this character, right? The character of Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that irked
Mm-hmm.
me throughout the movie while watching it, because I was so pissed, and I mentioned this in our post watch discussion,
Mm-hmm.
it irritated the crap out of me because I'm watching it the whole time and I'm like, brush your out of your hair, out of your eyes, please. I'm sorry to
Oh
cuss,
my
but
gosh.
it grated on my goddamn nerves, bro. Because her hair is, if you look up the character and you look up the movie poster, you see that her hair is like down, right? Her hair is like that pretty much the entire movie, except for like the last 5 minutes where she pulls her hair back. Again, this is a very stoic character, right? She basically hates the world, kind of thing, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I get it. She kind of starts off like kind of mopey, depressed kind of thing, kind of vibes, you know? But she's a stoic character. And she wears glasses at some point to at least to read. And she's an analyst. Why the heck is somebody who's an analyst would have their hair in their eyes the entire goddamn time and their
The
hair in their
entire
face?
time,
I'm an
bro.
artist. I'm not an analyst. I wear glasses. I freaking hate having my hair in my eyes like that when I'm trying to do something,
Mm-hmm.
right? It irritates the crap out of me. Why
I
would I be
feel
sitting
you.
there looking through paperwork or whatever, trying or typing up something and
Right.
I can't see a goddamn thing through my curtain of just hair in my eyes like I'm a swamp monster from the Black Lagoon.
Like
Like
even when I had my locks, I always kept my locks either out of my face because I just didn't like hair in my face unless the time called for it. But when I'm filming, I don't want to have hair in my face. I need to pull it back. It's hot outside. You don't
exactly.
want freaking like, and I'm not even trying to spoil, but during any film that you watch and you see women in combat, you don't want to see the hair stick to nobody's face because they sweating to death. You know what I'm saying? They eventually pull it back or
Right.
whatever. But
And it's a
at any
clear
point in
portrayal of
combat, their hair is tied back.
and it's a clear portrayal of who the character is as a character. Like what's coming to
Right.
mind is Ripley from Aliens, right? Or Alien,
That's what
right?
who I was going.
Her hair
Who I
is
was going.
down, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But she's not like a complete hard ass. She has,
Yeah.
some character to her, and the wildness of her hair matches with her personality, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is not the case here. This is not the case here. This character is not a wild child kind of character. She's very reserved, right? So as a result, even if
Mm-hmm.
you wanted to make the argument that what she's feeling emotionally is she might be feeling depressed or whatever, and that's
Mm-hmm.
a result of her hairstyle. She would at least have it pulled back away from her face. It'd still be a bird's nest,
Yeah.
but at least she would
Yeah.
have a hairband to keep it out of her eyes, in a ponytail, a crazy ponytail, a messy bun, something. She wouldn't spend
Mm-hmm.
the entire movie with her hair in her face like that because that implies visually, from a character design standpoint, that this character has a bit of a wild or carefree kind of personality, which is not the case here. She's
Mm-hmm.
not carefree. She's very reserved. She's very uptight. Okay,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and
Very
it irked me the whole
much.
time. And I'm like, and on top of that, the fact that she wears glasses to see, at least to read or something, because she's not wearing it the whole time, so she at least needs it to read. She puts on the glasses, and as somebody who wears glasses, I'm like, your glasses must be filthy as bro. Like greasy as heck. Your glasses, you can't see a damn thing through those glasses because they're probably just full of grease, just hair grease. It's all over your glasses.
She's going on a tangent about these glasses, and
Because it irked
I
my nerves
just,
every time she put the glasses on, bro. Because I'm like, why is your hair in your face, my guy? It frustrated me the whole movie.
I think the thing that was like thing that irritates me the most about the movie, we're not trying to like put a disgusting taste in y'all mouth so y'all don't watch the movie or anything like that. But there are certain things that you are going to point out if you watch the movie or whatever that you too are gonna be like, okay, I didn't like I agree with them. I didn't like that
Right,
either. You know what I'm saying? There are certain things that you're gonna not like, but there are things that you're gonna love about it. Like I do love the character design and style of the overall film.
right.
Costumes, were really nice.
It, mm-hmm.
I love how they built the set. It looked like something that you would see in the future. You know what I'm
Granted, the
saying?
sets probably were primarily
Yeah.
CGI, but it
Either
still
way, it was
works,
still
and it
fire.
looks believable as like, because you know how sometimes in those type of futuristic movies they kind of make this huge leap as far as like
Mm-hmm.
technology, what technology
Yeah.
would look like, or what society would look like with this new technology.
Mm-hmm.
It was futuristic, but it wasn't too unrealistic. You feel me? Like
Right.
this could be believably, you know, a future that would exist on Earth,
It almost put me in the
which
mindset of
I liked a lot.
it almost put me in the mindset of like when I see futuristic films, I think Fifth Element. You know what I'm saying? That's where my mind is gonna
Mm-hmm.
go to because that was very much like a blueprint for futuristic films, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we have all the Star Wars and all that stuff, whatever, whatever, whoop de whoop whoop, cool. But my year was set on how nice Fifth Element looked. Not shade nobody that like Star Wars too. I like Star Wars or whatever. Cool. However,
I mean, the thing is, Star Wars is kind of like in its own
yeah, I
element
know.
because it's not like it has absolutely nothing to do with Earth at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It's
at
not
least Fifth
involved.
Element in some way has some way, shape, or form
Earthly
has to
stuff.
do with
Yeah,
Earth and
yeah,
our society.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the Star Wars thing is completely. It's
Yeah,
more in
no,
the
but that's
fantasy
what I'm
realm.
saying. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's something totally different. The blueprint, if you're talking about like, okay, still a part of Earth elements, Fifth Element. You know what I'm saying? We know Star Wars ain't one. They said Earth what? Who that? But yeah, I think that that was something that was playing in the back of my mind while I was watching the movie too. Um, but I don't want us to get on here and be bashing the movie and dragging the movie down and ripping it apart to shreds like it sounds like we're doing because I have to stop her from really
I
going
know. I'm
in on the
sorry if it
movie.
sounded like I'm trying to rip it to shreds because it's not me. That's just how I express myself. I'm not. I'm legitimately not ripping into shreds
No, no, no.
or
I
trying to.
understand.
That's
I
not my
understand,
intention at
but
all. That's just how I deliver my stuff. Okay, sometimes when I'm
yeah,
feeling
I
a
had to
little
stop her.
passionate. Okay,
Right, I had to stop her, y'all, because you can sense when somebody when it sounds like what it sounds like and what based on the relationship that we have, I understand where she's coming from, but what it sounds like and what you guys might hear is her ripping the film to shreds, and that's not what she's doing. I have to stop her at a certain point when I feel like she's getting out of control. I have to play mother hen sometimes because it's kind of like, okay, you gotta relax. You gotta relax. Because she will go off the deep end and just be like, I don't like her bangs. We understand you don't like her bangs. You know what I'm saying? But
they
overall,
could have
I
gave her a straight cut bang though. That
no,
wouldn't have been too bad.
they could have, or they could have just swooped it to the side for like certain looks or whatever, or even just gave her a headband. But there were different things like within the movie that kind of irked us a little bit because it's like, as she stated before, the writing, I was here for it. But there were certain points where I was just like, okay, this part needs to be sped up a little bit more. She shouldn't be wearing this, blah, blah, blah. That may very well have been her choice because we know on certain movie sets, people bring their own clothes and stuff like that. They want to wear, Givenchy
And they want to
this.
style their hair a certain way,
Yeah, and that's
because like the
cool,
costume
but
design is also a neat thing
hmm
too, because it's futuristic but also still like Earth,
up to date with how people dress now, which I thought
Right.
that was really cool.
It
What I
was
will
very
say,
sleek and stuff like that. So
what
yeah,
I will say is that um I did like both Simu and Sterling K. Brown. They did what they needed to do. I'm
yeah,
not gonna there's nothing that I can't say that's negative outside of what we mentioned before.
hmm,
However, comma, I wish that they had more screen time. That was something
yeah.
that I was looking forward to because if we're watching interviews and they're in the interviews and they're talking and whatever, whatever, where they at? In the
Where they at
movie.
though?
I'm
Yeah,
I'm I'm literally looking for them and then their scenes are so short. I'm just like that's it. That's
that's
how the
it.
scene ends. Like this ain't enough. Make it
Right.
enough.
Basically, one thing I will say about Simu, being that he is playing an AI, he
Hmm.
was creepy as hell, bro.
He was
The
creepy.
man's delivery gave me the creeps, bro.
It did.
Which makes sense because he's supposed essentially he's clearly the villain, right? He's the bad guy in the
Hmm.
sense, and you really do feel like he's the bad guy. But he's all the way he talks is just it's so creepy because it like ooh, give me the goosies because I'm like, bro, like the way you're talking, I'm like, this ain't Simu. This is clearly the AI bot Harlan. Like,
Facts.
because
But that's what I'm
he seems
saying
very
when
friendly and stuff, and it's just like ooh, ooh. The whole
but
time I'm
that's what
like
I'm
ooh when he's
saying.
talking.
Like I don't know if you guys have read his book, but if you haven't, go ahead and check it out. But I think the thing that people don't understand is that when you gonna fully embody a character, do it in the way where it doesn't uh include you. You know what I'm saying? You have nothing to
Right,
do with it. You can separate yourself from said character and do your thing. I think that was kind of something that was kind of hard for her to. I think she was including herself, and I think that's why at certain points it's kind of like what you're not. I'm not trying to shade nobody or whatever, but she really wasn't giving Jenny from nobody's block with the acting that she was doing. And I'm not trying to bash her. But again, she kind of was like, but it was literally like she kept putting herself into the equation. And I just didn't want her to do that at all. Like, nowhere across the board did I want her to include herself. It wasn't about her. And she kept doing that. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Again, nobody's trying to bash her acting or anything like that, but it almost felt like she was trying to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm Jenny from the block.
right.
I'm this tough person." Da da da. Da.
I
No,
would say
ma'am.
it's less bashing and more a valid criticism, because it's like we it's not like we're being overly negative because we don't like her. We are being
Critical.
critical of her acting because we know that she
She
can
can do
give
it.
a stellar performance,
Right.
and she kind of fell flat here, because we like to believe in people's ability and capability
Mhm.
and potential.
Mhm.
So when we see that you're not living up to what you can give, what you've been giving, then that's when we're like, it didn't give what it was supposed to
Disappointed.
give. Like,
I was
where did old
disappointed
girl
for
go?
real. She
Where
don't
where
even know
did
where
where
she
where
went.
did Jenny from the block go? Because
She don't even know where she
this is
went.
not what your track record has shown you can do.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
you need to give it to us the way we know you can give it to us. You feel me?
Right.
And
Right.
that's why if we sound like we're bashing, take it. In my personal, I'm speaking for myself. Take it how you want it, because ultimately, at the end of the day, I don't have control over how you perceive my words. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you that this is how I feel about it. I'm not trying to
Mm-hmm.
bash her. If you feel like I'm bashing her or I'm being overly critical, that's a personal thing. That's how you interpret it. But I'm personally not trying to bash her. I'm just saying that this is what we expect out of her is not what she gave in this film.
I'm
And
gonna just
again, the
say,
film was good. It was good.
right.
But we just needed a little bit more juice, okay?
I'm gonna say, in my honest opinion, I think that it was good. It was pretty decent. It did fall flat, and I do think that she does have the potential to do something like that again. But she needs to link with with somebody, an acting coach, and somebody that's gonna help her channel. If she's gonna do something like this again, she needs to link with an acting coach because she needs it to fully be engrossed in the character and not give us a half, Hugin can say it, a half
A
a,
half-assed performance.
yeah, a half performance because that just wasn't, it just wasn't it. And that's where I'm honestly disappointed because I feel like she has the potential to do better from what I've seen because I've seen majority of her catalog, and if you can give me that strong energy and enough and in other movies, why can't you do it in this one? What happened in between, filming? Was it the whole concert situation, canceling the concert? Were you disappointed because, you weren't really selling any tickets and all that stuff? And then you have the documentary that you were doing, then you were doing a movie. Were you shooting all these things at the same time? Maybe that kind of conflicted with whatever because you're trying to stay in character for all of these things, and I don't understand why you're trying to stay in character for a documentary, but no shade. Do you, girl? Um, but you could have done better. You could have gave us the energy that we were looking for. If you could sit down and say, "Oh yeah, I think she did fine. I think she did lovely," I think you're lying because on the outside looking in, that wasn't it. Even in the inside looking in, it wasn't it.
Right.
At certain points, I was like, "Oh yeah, she got it." There are certain parts where she hit the nail on the head, and certain parts that she didn't. She fell through,
Right.
and it was
Right.
99. I don't want to say 99.5% of the time she was slipping. She was slipping, and that
Right.
sucks because I like Jennifer Lopez, the actress.
Yes.
But again, we're not trying to bash her. This is just a very intense critique because we believe in the actress Jennifer Lopez and that she's capable. Everybody's capable. I'm over here turning Huge into an actress. She's capable. She
Even
could
though
have
I
sold the
got
character.
even though I got my doubts about that, but
But I
I
believe in
even I
everybody's
in that moment
ability.
like I'm like I could possibly portray this character, with a little bit more emotion than that. Even sometimes I be sounding like I'm reading off a script, but I feel
Y'all
like
don't
I
listen to
probably could
her.
have did it sometimes.
Y'all don't listen to her. She's a baby in this. J Lo is a vet. That's the difference. J Lo's been doing this long enough to where she should know how to do
Right.
this. She's been doing this since we were born and since way before that.
Child. That's crazy to think about.
You know what I'm saying? She's listen, she old enough to be at one of our parents.
At this point, to be honest,
I think she's in her 50s.
you're not
Actually, I don't think she's in
you're
her
not wrong
40s.
because ain't she in the same room with like uh Damon Wayans and Damian Wayans or whoever?
Damon Wayans
The
and
Damon and the
Keenan
oldest. Who's the
and
oldest?
Keenan
Keenan. That's what I'm saying because she was on with in Living Color
in
Time, and
Living
that was
Color.
Keenan
Yeah, she was a
Wayans.
dancer. Yeah.
Um, and I don't remember whose son it is. It's one of their son. It's either Keenan or Damon that has a son that's in our age range.
Scroll down.
Oh, he's older than us. He's my brother's age, but still, he's still in the age range. He's still in the age range, and if she's around the same age as Damon Wayans Senior, then she literally could have had people our age, kids our age.
Well, I was saying she could have had children our age. I mean, yeah, children our age because she's in the same age bracket or so as my parents.
Hmm.
She's in her what 50s.
So hold on, let me go back.
She just had a birth. She got a birthday. Her birthday is what yesterday or the day or something like that. Yeah, she a Leo. July Leos. Prayers. Um, because I can't relate. I can't relate. I'm an
I
August
can't relate.
Leo.
She August Leo.
I'm an August
Born
Leo.
July 24th, 1969.
Yeah,
So she's 55. So yeah, she
she's
technically
older than my
she
mom.
would have had a kid real young
She's
if she
older
lived
than
to
my
live.
mom.
So technically she could have had kids our age. But yeah, back to the
She
original
older than my
point of that.
mama. My point is she older than my mama. And she could have had kids my age. But anyway, um but yeah, but my point was why I brought up the age thing is that she's capable of doing it because she's been in the game for so long. So that's why I couldn't comprehend why she wasn't hitting the scenes and acting the way she needed to. That's why my mind was boggled.
Right, because
I'm just
Sterling K.
trying to
Brown is
explain.
much younger and stuff. He hasn't been in the game that long, but
But the difference,
every time he delivers a stellar performance, regardless of what he's given.
but the
So
difference between him and her is that he may have studied this. This just
fair.
honestly just fell into her. This just honestly just fell into her lap, kind of, sorta.
And I mean, to be fair, Simu wasn't always an actor either. You feel me? He went to school for like accounting or something.
Yeah, but you learn based off of your environment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You study people.
And he
You're
was
when you're
doing those
watching.
stock photos too.
Hello. Oh, he was doing them stock photos and getting them
He
checks.
was
I
doing
ain't
them
mad
stock
at
photos.
him. but my whole thing is this, right? Um, you learn based off of your environment, like I said. You study people. Even
Mm-hmm.
somebody that wants to be or that is a director, producer, overall, film soon to be film guru out here in these peaks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I study people in all forms, whether you're behind the scenes or not, in front of the camera. I'm looking at how well you're portraying this character. Now, I'm not expecting everybody to be Denzel, Angela Bassett, uh, Michael B.
Viola Davis with the snot
Jordan.
and buggering.
Hello, Viola Davis with the snot and boogering. Like, I don't expect people to do that. Or Queen Latifah when she got shot and set it off. I don't expect nobody to die like that. I don't expect nobody to die like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Right.
expecting you to get eaten alive by a shark like Sam Jack did. He gave that speech, boy.
Bro.
I think that just wraps up this video, man.
Yeah.
Go see Atlas on Netflix.
Yeah,
We'll
definitely. If you have a Netflix subscription, go ahead and watch it.
and check it out.
It was again, all our criticisms is not to say that the movie is bad, it's terrible, it's this, it's that. It was a good movie,
Mm-hmm.
legitimately. We just have
Yeah.
our qualms about it, our opinions about it, and so we stated it in this video. So
yeah.
if sci-fi action type stuff is your wheelhouse, you like that kind of thing, definitely go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
We'll most likely be back with another video review or something of some sort. We're gonna figure that out and hit you guys back later, like I'm on FaceTime. We'll talk to you guys later. I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Get your girls to 100, hopefully, fingers crossed. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.